video number 7 in our series, and we're talking tone. Tone is a word that you will hear a lot when you get into these electric guitar chats, whether it be on Facebook or wherever. Guitar players are always talking about tone, and now that your ukulele is solid body and plugged in, tone is something that you need to pay attention to too. So, what is it? Tyler from 10 Thumbs teaming up with Flight again to teach you everything you need to know about your transition to the solid body uk. And today we're talking tone. Tone is the way, it's the timbre of your voice, is the tone of your voice. And you can apply that analogy to the solid body uk. It is your voice. You can hear one note from Carlos Santana and know that it's Santana. So today I'm going to teach you about tone, what it is, and how to change and develop your own tone and tools that will affect your tone as well. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and grab that solid body, brain and attention span. Let's get close up and let's talk everything tone. Let's do it. Let's talk tone. So tone is your voice. There is a lot of ways to change the tone of your ukulele, and finding a signature tone can take a long time to develop, but it's fun to explore, find different tones, and then dial in tones and explore sounds. So essentially, it's the sound that your ukulele is going to produce. You'll notice this switch here, for example, changes the tone of your ukulele. Well, why is that? When your switch is down, you're on this pickup. This pickup has a higher sound to it. Most people would use this pickup for lead playing, soloing. But it's not exclusively for that. You can experiment with it. It's a more shrill sound. It has a higher attack. It's a little more piercing, and it tends to be cut through the mix more, and that's why people like it for their soloing. Now here you have a volume knob. Let me make sure I'm plugged in. A volume knob and a tone knob. And so the volume will control the volume of this pickup. And you'll notice, for example, at different volumes, we actually get different sounds. This volume is at 8 now. It's a rounder sound. But if I turn it up to 10, it's more piercing. It's because I'm starting to get into the area where the sound gets overdriven. If you ever turn up a stereo really loud and you know when the digital sound gets into the red, it peaks and it sounds bad, well, with instruments that are analog, when you get into that red area and you overdrive your instrument, you don't actually get a bad sound, you get an overdriven sound, which is very rock and roll. You hit that sound earlier when you turn this knob volume up. Now this other one controls the tone, so what does that mean? At 0, it sounds like this. At 10, it sounds like this. That is a high-pass filter or a low-pass filter. At 10, we're letting all the sound through. Then at 0, we're just letting the lower frequencies through. So what's happening is, if you can imagine, it's like a gate. And it's, let's say, each frequency is a person. And at this one, you're only allowing the shortest people in. We'll pretend like a low sound is a short person. Now we're turning it up, we're letting more people come in. Turning it up, we're letting more and more people come in. All the way up, we're letting everyone in. And that's what changes the sound. You can experiment with high and low frequencies to find the sound that you like. There's a lot of power just in these two knobs. Now, if I turn the switch all the way up, we're using this pickup now. So what does that mean? This is the pickup that is favored for rhythm. Okay, but it's the same deal. We have volume and we have tone. All the way down, all the way up. Okay, volume, same thing. So your volume knob also controls the tone of your instrument. If you turn it all the way up, you start to get that overdriven sound. All the way down, no sound. Experimenting in between for different sounds. Now this switch can also be in the middle. That means both pickups are engaged. You can turn the volume down on one, so one is more dominant. Okay, so you can experiment with that and experiment with the volume and the tone knobs to create different sounds and different tones. Same thing. Volume, low pass filter, or low and high pass filter, or high pass filter, high pass filter. That controls the tone on your instrument. And playing around with those, you can get lots and lots and lots of different sounds. If the volume is on 3, you're going to get a different sound with your tone knob at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing with 4. If you move your tone, you're going to get 10 different sounds. So with the volume at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you also have 10 different tone settings for 10 different volume settings. And then if we put them in the middle with both the knobs, we're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of sounds just by twisting the knobs. What other factors are going to influence the sound? Well, the amp you're playing for. I'm playing this one through a Marshall JCM 800 with 4 12-inch speakers. It can get really, really loud. Your amp is a big part of your sound as well. And so are pedals. Let's talk about pedals. Right now I have an Ibanez tube screamer plugged in. It's not engaged though. Let me flip it on with my foot. Engaged. Off. On. Off. On. Let me go ahead and adjust the pedal to make it even more dramatic. Oops. Pedals make a massive difference as well too. Now, this isn't a pedal video, but to give you just a brief overview, pedals can be fuzz, distortion, overdrive, delay, echo, repeat, octaves, wah-wahs, lots of different kinds of pedals, and they all modify your sound or your tone or your voice. So keeping going with the amp, if we look at the knobs, we have all different kinds of things from volume to tone to low end to high end. If I turn the bass up, I get a different sound. If I turn the treble up, I get a different sound. If I turn the volume up, I get a different sound. So not only does your amp affect your sound, but your amp settings do as well. You can sit here and play with these forever and get all different kinds of sound, tones, and really dial in something unique just with your amp. So there you have it, folks. That's a brief overview of tone. You want to explore all the settings on your knobs. You want to play with them until you find one you like. If you have an amp, find an amp that you like. The difference between a tube amp and a digital amp are massive as well. Digital amps are catching up, but tubes still have a warmer, more old school sound that you can control the overdrive with as well. And pedals, the entire world of pedals. All three of these are going to affect your sound or your tone. Have fun searching for and developing your own tone. All right, video number 7. I hope that we helped you out there, and I hope you feel more comfortable with your solid body ukulele and you're ready to explore its sound and its power. Until next time, keep on rocking and rolling, everybody. Friends, that was the last video in our series. It has been so much fun teaching you about the solid body these last couple of days. Keep exploring it, keep having fun with it, keep rocking out, keep on playing, and the most important is that you keep on having fun, all right? Thank you so much, Flight, for the opportunity to be the person to help your customers and your lovely learners out there in Learning Land develop these skills and have fun with these solid body ukes. It's a process. Take your time, experiment, and remember that it's in the details, because now you can do a lot more with less. You want to pay attention to those smaller sounds and know that you have less sonic responsibility, meaning you can take smaller ideas and make them bigger. That is probably the most important lesson. Okay, and until next time, everybody, keep on rocking and rolling. Have a lovely day, and we'll catch you on the flip side. This is Tyler from 10 Thumbs signing off with the help from Flight. Thank you so much to everybody at the team over there. Again, very humbled, very honored. Until next time, everybody, keep on rocking and rolling.